So I've been spending some time with this Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro, and the main thing that sticks out to me after driving this for a week is it to me feels like it's the spiritual successor to the first generation Land Rover Discovery, the Series 1 and 2, which ran from 1989 to 99 and then 99 to 04. That car had a 4-liter engine as well, but they came with V8s mostly, and then they had a diesel. This TRD Pro 4Runner comes with a 4-liter engine as well, but it's just a V6. Both cars to me are, based on looks alone, just what looks like a safari car, something that can just decimate off-road overlanding environments. And it's just not all the looks for this TRD Pro 2. They originally came with Bilstein shocks, but they've recently upgraded to Fox shocks, some off-road tires. So though this reminds me and is a spiritual successor in my mind from another brand of the first generation Land Rover Discovery, it may actually have a one-up on the Land Rover Discovery. Exterior isn't the only thing that kind of reminds me of a Land Rover Discovery. So Land Rover Discoveries, are just luxury off-road vehicles that just, can go through anything, in my opinion. And that's kind of what this TRD Pro 4Runner, epitomizes, in my opinion, as well. You're kind of cocooned in luxury. You got leather steering wheel, leather seats branded TRD Pro, leather in the back. You have all the creature comforts, AC, you got a nav screen, apps, everything that you can have in a normal luxury car nowadays, but this thing can just go off-road and handle anything you throw at it. One interesting thing to just this little piece that just reminds me of Land Rover Discoveries. So in Land Rover Discoveries you have the manual off-road 4-wheel drive selector, and the TRD Pro 4Runner is the only version that comes with this selector as well. If you get normal 4Runner trims, you don't get this manual selector, but it's just something that also reminds me of the TRD or the Land Rover Discovery as well. But not many cars can, cocoon you in luxury and go over mountains the way, a Land Rover Discovery can, and this TRD Pro 4Runner just reminds me of that. If you like the outside exterior shot I gave you, if you just squint hard enough, you kind of can see a little bit of a Land Rover feel to it. It's just the current Land Rovers, they're more on luxury and less on off-road, whereas the old school Land Rover Discoveries, they looked like safari cars, and they handled safaring in Africa and wherever quite well, and that's why they had the NATO wheels, and NATO used some of them if they had to go to countries where they needed to go off-road a little bit. And I think this 4Runner is a spiritual successor. Do one last look at the TRD Pro 4Runner. I mean, if you just look at it, it just squint hard enough and you can kind of see a Land Rover Discovery and Toyota badging. It's the current generation in my mind. There's no other car that can, that follows in the footsteps of what a Land Rover Discovery was, or at least the Series 1 and 2. The current generation Land Rover Discoveries, they stick it to luxury more than off-road, whereas this TRD Pro is built to go off-road and just bring a couple of the creature comforts with you. If you agree with my opinion, you disagree, I'd love to hear about it in the comments, and please like, share, and subscribe if you can, and look out for a full detailed piece on AutoTrader. Thanks. Bye.